From Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the Miami Dolphins. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Off play action, Fields. They'll roll him out right. And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact. Well, Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. Caught right side, Davis. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
It's pretty easy to hold the ball back when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
They'll fake the handoff, now Fields. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And he's taken down inside the 30.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Down to about the 22 here. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Fields. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the Jets are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And oftentimes we think about statement drives in the second halves of games, especially in the fourth quarter. But here, it's happening early, a definite statement. They've held on to the ball for a healthy portion of this first quarter already. And now after that completion, they're set up 1st and goal.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 2nd down, here's Nwangu. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Nwangu. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now the Jets will call on the field goal unit here. Less than an extra point attempt here. This is an 18-yarder. And Myers able to knock it through.
So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the fourth quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you to the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
They go play action now. Jackson sliding out of the pocket. Space to maneuver at the 40. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
Three 3-0 after one on EA Sports. They'll run on first down. Hines, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak, and what's working in their favor, the winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Here's Hines. Breaks a tackle. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. Now Jackson. Flushed out right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down, and the Jets are going to get the football back. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Back to Nwangu again on first down.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
All right, Charles, we've spoken about this offense plenty, how great they've been all year. 9-0 now, into the back half of the season. Super Bowl favorites, without a doubt. I think everyone agrees on that. What do you think is the thing that most stands between them and a perfect season?
I think it's themselves. I think it's their team, how they approach things, how they conduct themselves during the week, practicing, getting ready, and then going out and playing. Can't take your foot off the gas pedal at this stage. Doesn't matter if it's a weak team you're playing or not. Look, when I talk with one of the best golfers of all time, he told me he never played against the field. He just played against himself and his own standard.
Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one.
That's where you belong.
The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
Here's Fields on the sneak, and he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Swift. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
One play action, Fields. Throw right side, caught by Davis.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
On 1st down, they'll run with Nwangu. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Play action. It's Fields. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And he will be out of bounds after a nice pickup. And that will also lead us to the 2-minute warning. Now Fields. Forced out to his left. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Here's Fields. Escaping the pressure right. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a big play there for Miami. Well, for Lamar Jackson, we know all about how dangerous he is running the football, but he can really sling it as well, and he connects on a big one there. So forget about being backed up. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way across midfield. They'll try the left side. It's Hines. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They run with Hines. And he'll go down at the 28. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Could we get a touchdown to this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Jackson now off the bootleg. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Play action. It's Jackson. And he's got it. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. So we've hit halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the home team, the Jets, leading this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And maybe time for this offense to really hit the reset button. They were shut out in the first half, but still, they're right in this game.
They certainly are. What I like about it is that you actually continue to play. You know, you just find a way to make a few plays yourself, and you noted it. Right there on the border in this game, they're not that far off. Just got to find a play or two, and they could be very happy at that point.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run again with Hines. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 48 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On 2nd down, it's Hines. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Play action. Now Jackson under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Max Crosby in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This will be fielded at the 17. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields.
And he will find Davis. That's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it to slot receivers? But the only guys who can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there. Showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They'll go right back to Nwangu. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
Flush to his right. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
Justin Fields
with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
This is intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Things just kind of continuing to unravel for him here in the second half. They take the shot downfield, but this defense, once again, up to the task.
Well, this is where you think about the old phrase, desperate times call for desperate measures, because they've got nothing on the scoreboard, and they're just trying to get something, anything to go their way. But in this case, they turn the ball over. An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
Fields now to throw.
It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big play that time on the catch and run.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Another run now for Nwangu.
Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
122 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 42-yard line. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says...
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the 2nd half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Rolling to his left. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Lamar Jackson taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Dolphins have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point put through by Boswell. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. On the tackle, it was the West Virginia man, Kaiser White. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Handoff here to Nwangu.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
To throw is Fields.
Buying time to his left. That is caught by Thielen. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Adam Thielen, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Jets use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead.
Myers connects on the PAT. His guys will take a 10-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Throwing, Jackson. Finds Hines again for the completion. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. That'll be caught. Wallace hauls it in. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Jackson to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Boswell good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So still a chance with just over 20 seconds to go, but they need to get this one back, no doubt. And they've got it. They recovered it. Wait, hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go, Tim.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. They have to love seeing that from their young quarterback here in the 4th quarter, able to further that lead. And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed. And in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point up and through by Myers. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And nowhere to go. He only makes it to the 5.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off here, the 32. And the Jets come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ballgame is now officially over. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime